Hi, my name is Gudrun from GE Designs. Welcome to our live show, Tipsy Tuesday. Hi, everybody, and welcome to our weekly show. Thank you for being here. Say hello to my producer, honey, Mr. HP.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
And welcome to our show. Whether you're watching us for the first time or the, 300th time?
320-something time.
We appreciate you being here. So if you're watching us on YouTube and haven't done so yet, hit that subscribe button. Or Facebook, you can do the same. You can just hit that like and subscribe button, and then you will find us every time we go live. Every Tuesday, 4 p.m. Central Time, and Friday, 12 noon
Come on
Central.
Now. Yeah.
Yes. And so if you're also new to our show, we love to interact with you throughout. So send us some questions, comments, some thumbs up, and hearts if you love what you're seeing. And best of all, if you know somebody that would love our show, share it with them. Please.
Share
we come to you live for free every week, twice a week.
Yeah. I did.
But it's fun for us too. So great to connect with our community. So hi everybody.
Hi.
It's great to see you. It is
Hi, Rachel.
Freezing temperatures everywhere. And yes, it's not as freezing here in Florida as it is in Minnesota, but it's still freezing to some. It's all based on what you're used to, isn't it?
Yeah.
And now we're getting used to this climate. So both of us said, oh, it's freezing out here. And then we looked at each other and laughed. Because that ain't freezing.
There is 6 degrees.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. We just got a little photo from Geesley yesterday. -11. Yeah, -11. So.
And I got to go there this week.
Heart goes out to Minnesota and all of you with those
Gotta love Minnesota.
below temperature, below everything temperatures. And of course, our community in Minnesota, we are
cozy
following everything and with you in spirit.
Yeah.
We're going to have a great show today. There's lots to talk about, of course, like always feels like. When we enter a new year, there's all these different programs and things that we are kicking off to keep you guys sewing throughout the year and having fun, learning, and making beautiful things and making your heart happy.
That's lovely.
Right? But behind me, let's talk about the quilt behind me.
Okay.
I've got Echoes of Iceland because the countdown is on now. The first video in our class series for the Echoes of Iceland quilt goes live in February, so it's coming up. We have been shipping kits out as fast as we can. We're not quite there yet, so just show us a little patience, but it's very close, very close. So most of you are going to be able to sew right along with us from the start. Behind you, sir, what you got? Oh, you got a little phoenix. Love this one. This is a oldie but goodie. Yes. Nice colors there.
Mm-hmm.
Well, beautiful. I think our folks always know, based on what we're wearing, where we are. Now we're both wearing long sleeve, so it is chilly. It is chilly around here. I will say, though, I didn't need a jacket today. I just went out like this.
I did, too. I went out in shorts.
Yeah. Yeah, you are wearing a sweatshirt, but you're also wearing shorts.
Yeah.
And no socks. We should say that. And then I wanted to also talk about, if you are new here, we always have a giveaway at these shows. So you want to stick around and follow us through the end, because on Tuesdays, we ask you a fun question at the end of the show. Ooh, and all you got to do is answer it.
Fun questions. We like fun questions.
And they're always fun. Yeah, we try to answer them too. But last week's question was, what is the last thing you did for the first time? I don't remember what we answered. The last thing I did for the first time was going to a concert.
No, you said you went to the cold tub.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I did. And that was also probably my last time.
Last? First and last.
First and last time. I don't know if it will be the last time. I also, like, if we talk about this week, I went to a concert in Ocala, Florida for the first time.
Sure did.
Watching you.
I played for the first
How'd you
time in Ocala.
Yeah. Okay, so our winner from last week.
Let's get a drum roll.
Yes. Loretta Sasson. Congratulations, Loretta. Her thing that she did for the first time was, the last thing I did for the first time was sign up for the GE Virtual Retreat.
Yes,
Woohoo!
yes.
Coming up in March, early March. So, and there's only this month to sign up. We will close registration at the end of January. So if you want to still hop on, check it out. We got 2 sessions. You got a weekend session and we got a midweek session. So whatever works for you.
Yep.
It is so much fun.
Gonna have a good time.
Yeah. Yep. So check that out. But congratulations. Loretta sent us an email to help@GE Quilt Designs and we will get you your gift card right away. So as I mentioned at the start of the show, we have a lot of programs kicking off. Earlier this month, we kicked off one of our Tipsy Tuesday specific projects, which is kind of geared toward beginners this time, but anybody can do it, of course. It's a great scrap buster. It's a great way to practice some of those Stripology techniques. So it's called Building Blocks. The G-Easy Building Blocks is completely free on our website. First block, we are making 4 of them, started this month, and we're going to continue that throughout the year on Tipsy Tuesdays. So very little to do each month, so it's perfect one to kind of have on the side. Use your scraps. Maybe you want to make a big quilt because there's an option between 12, 9, and 6-inch blocks. So check that out. We have another program that's going to be a Tipsy Tuesday program kicking off next week. More about that later. But of course, we have our Echoes of Iceland starting. We always have our ongoing Lil Pattern Club. And there is a quilt along coming up in early February too. So
lots of fun stuff.
Lots of fun stuff. And this is a question that I've gotten a lot because those of you that have been watching for a while know that I've gotten into more so starching or treating my fabrics before I sew. Few different reasons. I think fabrics have changed a little bit. They seem to ravel a little bit more. I don't like to pre-wash, which will tighten that weave. But I love the result that I get from adding a little bit of starch. Usually I've used a few different kinds based on how much stiffness I want. And it's based on the project, whether I want complete stiffness that's going to really keep me uniform, or if I want just a little bit of stabilizer. So I've gotten more questions about this with all this going on because I do recommend treating your fabrics if you're doing Echoes of Iceland, pre-treating your fabrics, because these are small blocks sometimes or small block parts. Accuracy is going to go up. So I decided about 2 years ago, I filmed 2 different tip of the days that talk about starching. And the first one, I'm really comparing different types of starches or starch alternatives based on the stiffness that you like. And then the second part is about my process, how I actually starch my fabrics. So I thought it would be perfect to kind of smash them together and play them.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So we'll start with comparing the starches. Here's a question I get a lot. Do you always prepare your fabrics with best press or starch before you start cutting and making a quilt? And the answer is not always, sometimes. So let me give you my rules. Whenever I know I'm going to be making a quilt that I will be doing a lot of cross grain cutting, what that means is that we're not just cutting on the straighter grain, working with squares, rectangles, or strips, but we will be cutting somewhat on the diagonal, making that a bias cut. I like to pre-treat my fabrics just a little bit so that they'll hold their shape better, less chance of them stretching on that bias, and then just all in all, easier to work with. In some other cases, even though I'm making a simple quilt, if I'm using fabric from multiple different manufacturers and I can tell that there is a little bit of a difference in that thread count, then I like to prepare all my fabrics with either best press or some kind of a fabric spray so that all of them have that stability and they're going to work well together in a quilt. So what do you use? This is all a preference, personal preference. And so what I did for you, I tested 5 different very common stabilizer starches, and just to show you the difference, and so you can make a choice as to what works best for you. So here are the 5 products I tested. First off, Best Press, probably most available in quilt shops, one that we carry. So this is a starch and sizing alternative. So it does not have any wheat products in it, so you would not have to worry about any moth activity or anything like that. It comes in different scents and very easy to work with. It's this one I chose is a scent free. Then I had Magic Premium Quilting and Crafting Spray, Magic Sizing, and then just regular Niagara starch, and then Terial Magic, which is also a quilting and crafting spray stabilizer. So I have lined them up here in order of stiffness. So if I just need a little bit, my choice is Best Press. And here is the difference. So I pick up, this one is treated with Best Press. The fabric is going to act pretty much like fabric, but you can feel there's just a little bit more body to it. It feels a little bit more stable, but it really behaves. You can fold it, press it, crease it, and even if you need to work it into a seam a little bit, it will still give you that little bit of a movement. The next up I felt was the Quilting and Crafting Spray. So this one has a little bit more body to it, as you can see. It doesn't drape quite as nicely as the Best Press, but very similar though. So you can kind of see by holding them up, there's a little bit more body in this one. Then we go to sizing, and both, since these are made from the same company, you can see what kind of finish it'll give you. This one has that grade 2, so just a little bit, mostly soft, a little bit of stiffness. And then the original finish starch has that center. This is the original finish. They also have a heavy finish, so that would be higher. So the sizing is probably the one that I've used the most if I know I want a little bit more body. It's still soft and pliable. You see it still behaves like fabric. I can fold it and do all the things, but it definitely has more body than the Best Press. You can totally tell the difference here by holding them like this. And so I love to use this if I know I want to be very, very precise. I'm going to do a lot of diagonal bias work, so that is my preference as far as sizing or spray for that. Now this, it's nice, it's available in most big box stores across, so I can find it. If not, I can always find it on Amazon and order it in bulk. So next up is the starch. Now this is going to give you even more stiffness. So as you can see, it really doesn't drape much, but so a little bit stiffer than the sizing. So you can tell by just the way I hold it that the sizing piece is going to fall a little bit more. There's not a huge difference, but I can tell the difference. And when I work with it using the starch, that's more what I can tell the difference. There's not as much give in the fabric, which can be preferred for some people. So it is definitely heavier. Heaviest of them all was Terial Magic, and this really gives you just paper feel. So you have a piece that really doesn't behave like fabric anymore. It is really stiff, and for those that want that for certain things, that might be preferable. For me, that is way too stiff, and it feels like you're sewing through paper. But to each his own. I'm not gonna yuck anybody's yum. So you choose what works best for you. And here you have some great options. And so I want to take you through my process whenever I need to starch or prepare fabric before quilting. So first off, you want to lay down just a towel where you're working, either a towel or a sheet. I like to work from a table or my ironing board. And then what I like to also have standby ready, I have a portable drying rack that something like this that I can just pop up whenever I need to have some fabric drying, because you want to wet your fabric with your stabilizer and then let it completely dry before you iron and cut your fabrics. So here I have a 1/2 yard. So I will just take my 1/2 yards like this. You don't even have to iron them beforehand. So I will just lay them out like this. And what you want to do is, actually, let me turn it this way so you can see the whole piece of fabric. So you want to move your spray bottle across. If you have an aerosol like this, you'll have one button that you push and you just need to move it. Now, if you have a squeeze bottle, that is easier to do. We want this to be even across the fabric, and if you stop, you kind of get clumps and it gets wetter, and then you might have parts that are stiffer than others. So I will just line this up like this, and then I start spraying, and I just move across the fabric evenly. And I try not to stop until it's all the way covered. I take a little look and make sure that I've caught all the places, and then I just flip the fabric and do the same thing on the other side. And once I have covered the whole piece of fabric, there I just lift it and put it on that drying rack. Just fold it over the drying rack, hanging, and you can of course lay a sheet or something underneath the drying rack if you feel like something's going to drip on the floor, or have like a cheap rug underneath. Some people do this if they have a big shower, they do it in the shower, but then you want to just hang this up and make sure it's completely dry before you press it. That usually takes 6 to 12 hours, so sometimes I like to just do this the day before I'm going to use it and let it hang overnight. Now once it's dry, you want to take it and press it really nicely before you cut. So there it is. Feel free to ask any questions. Now, this was filmed about 2 years ago, and so things that I've been trying to figure out ways to improve my process, make it faster, maybe more environmentally friendly, is that I will try to stay away from those spray bottles, and I've been trying to find an alternative that I can really control the stiffness based on, what I'm doing. So using the same product, but still kind of diluting the solution. So also,
Both sides?
Yes, I spray both sides. You want to have an even, I don't want to necessarily say soak, but you want to have them evenly sprayed, have the fabric evenly sprayed, because if you have blotches where they're not, you're not going to get the best results. For best press, same thing. I think a lot of people have been using best press as just like you would use water to get wrinkles out of fabric. And so the one thing you really want to avoid is after you start sewing, don't ever use best press. You only need to use it once. Spray the fabric, let it dry, and then iron, because that really stabilizes the fabric. If you wet it again, you undo the process. The fabric is not stable anymore. So I wanted to tell you, if you're doing half yards or full yards, do you open and press out the fold or leave the fold? No, I'll just leave the fold. I'll spray it, I'll flip it over and spray it again. Here's the two products that I've been playing with. And because now have started doing this for most of my fabrics. And here's the reason. One thing I don't think I mentioned in this video is what starching does too. It really minimizes the raveling. So especially if you've got bias cuts, the raveling and the constant raveling of fabric, it will stop based on the stiffness that you use for your starch. And that's really a great thing, because especially with projects where you're making block by block and you're saving them over a long time, it really makes a huge difference. So 2 products that I've been trying, and because I do a lot, I also got myself one of these pump sprayers. So it's where you pump it and you fill this canister with air, so then you just push a button and it sprays constantly. You can control the spray. So the first one I tried is called Lin Starch. So these are all 100% starches, so which means it has cornstarch. Just know that it has cornstarch. I don't really starch my fabrics and then store them for a long time. So if you're worried about, if you live in an area where you have issues with leaving things starched, I would say maybe think about that, or don't starch your fabrics until you need to use them. After you make the quilt, wash the quilt. That's what I do. So this one, you can get in a big bottle, and then you can control how much stiffness you want. So I went with a medium, and that was very stiff, actually. I would say it's kind of like between the regular spray starch I showed you in the video and then Terrell Magic. It's still, I used it on fabric and it was fine. I could still maneuver it, but it worked really, really well. So I would probably go with a little bit less, but you can kind of control it and play with it. The other one that I haven't tried yet, but I'm excited to try, very cost effective. Both of these are very cost effective because those aerosol bottles are not when you do it a lot. Is this one, Simply Starch. So this is only cornstarch, no scent, non-scented. That's the only ingredient. So we know we have a natural product. It's also powder, so easy to ship around, and it just, dissolves in cold water. So it's very easy to do. So if your nozzles, so I saw a question about nozzles clogging. I just make sure whenever I'm done using this, I unscrew it and rinse them. So you just keep them clean, and it should be totally fine. Pump sprayer. Well, you can go to the hardware store. Yes, you can buy this. You can say it's for your garden if you're embarrassed about it. But I can do so much more. It sprays more amount of liquid than those little nozzles. All of our kits, yes, allow for starching and shrinkage. If you buy a half-yard bundle from us or a 5/4 bundle, there's always at least an extra 1/2 inch. Just know that. But yes, my patterns too. I always give allowance for fabric requirements to allow for pre-washing, starching, anything like that. So, which is why I don't use pre-cuts, because I like to cut my own after starching or doing whatever. So any questions on this? I will give you updates after I use that powder. I'm intrigued by it. The Lin Starch was great. It was barely any scent to it.
Where do you get these products?
Online. This is definitely hardware store. I found that Lin Starch online because I was looking for, I think there was a product out there that is not available anymore, and this thing popped up, and now I don't even remember the name of that. And it goes a long way, because I take it outside. I know not everybody can take it outside where they live, but I had put up a big table, just a folding table, put a big towel over it, and then I could be spraying like 2 full yards. Like 4 half-yard cuts. I just sprayed it. It soaks more than regular. Flipped it over, did the same thing, and then I got my little drying rack, put it outside. I have a fan outside, turned that to a blast, and it dried really, really fast. So that was a slick thing. I understand that not everybody has that privilege, but it works the same. If you do this in a tub or a shower, you can do it a lot more, should I say, time friendly than spraying 1 half-yard at a time. So I have a big stack that I'm ready to go starch for all of my projects I have coming up in the next couple of months.
Get the spraying.
Yeah. Great questions.
You starch before you cut?
Always. So this doesn't make sense to do unless you start your fabric before anything, let it completely dry, then you iron it or press it, and then you cut. And do not get it wet or add more starch after you start working on your quilt, because that's going to undo the process.
Sure.
Okay?
Okay.
Good. All right. After that, I just use my steam iron. Even the steam, the starch will keep the fabric stable, even if you're using steam. All right?
Okay.
Okay. Great questions. So now you know whether you're doing Echoes of Iceland, building blocks, Frida Quilt Along, or our new project that we'll introduce next week. That's what I do for better results. All right. Let's move on to talking about our retreat. We mentioned that a little bit earlier. Like I said, registration is only open till the end of the month. However, we have now opened up nominations for our scholarships. We always offer at least 2 scholarships for our retreats. So now we have a little form available. The link is in the description of the video, but also you find it on our website if you go to our retreat. So it's a little scholarship form. You can fill it out if you want to nominate somebody that, for all kinds of reasons. We've had a lot of different people that would love to take our retreats, can't for some reasons, or maybe it's somebody that is kind of newer to quilting, wants to build a community, connect with people, and learn all kinds of things. So please send us some nominations. We will take nominations through, I think, the end of the month too. Mm-hmm. So it's only about just over a week. So get those nominations in, and we're excited to read what you have to say. And we will at least award a couple of nominations. Now, in the past, you have all, because I just love our community, you are also generous, and you've asked, could we contribute towards more scholarships? Absolutely. The best way to do that is go to our website, buy a gift card for whatever amount you want, and just put in the notes that this should go towards a scholarship for somebody. So we will then set that aside and then add more scholarships as we go.
That's awesome.
So I know we've always been able to offer a lot, and it's just been beautiful seeing these people come and attend and become a part of our community. So it's just great. All right. Next up, we have, of course, a new program to introduce to you guys. Well, this one is not new. It is a second season of a very beloved program, and that is our Stripology Lil Pattern Club. We kicked this off last year, so this is an every other month video class and pattern club. So all of these patterns are brand new, exclusive to the club, and also exclusive to our Stripology shop partner shops. So they are able to have those patterns at the same time as we do. They're the only ones that can sell the patterns, printed patterns, but they do classes, they do kits, they do all kinds of things with this program. So now it is time to introduce our season 2. Yes, we are continuing on with the Lil Pattern Club. Great program. This is all written, all the patterns are written for table runners, but they're great. You can expand that into small mini quilts or any kind of table topper, placemats, baby quilts, all kinds of things. They all work with either our little bundles or charm squares. So it's just a really fun way to use some of your Stripology mini rulers. So the squared mini and the quarters mini. They kind of use both of them. Some patterns use one, some patterns use either or. So this time, we have always a special when we kick off the program, so you can purchase the whole thing, which is 6 patterns and video classes. And the first one starts in April 2006, this year, and every other month through February 2027. Yes, our first season is still ongoing. We still have one more project releasing in February. Now right now you can only purchase the special offer of all of them together, so they will just automatically show up in your account. 6 patterns, $59.95. Normally it is about $88, $87 or $88, because if you want to buy them individually, it is the full price of $14.95, I do believe. So this is always a good deal. We want to always offer you a good deal. Those of you that want to plan ahead and have this. Now, I'd love to hear from you if you did season 1 with us and how great that program was for you, how many you've made. But let's take a look, take a little stroll down memory lane and see those 6 projects that season 1 had to offer. We started off with little Inga, and then we went into little Billy. Love this one. We did some different versions of little Billy. We had little Dina, was number 3, and then little Katrina, number 4. As you can see, different styles, different techniques, and so lots of learning, but really, really fun. Then we had little Winnie, number 5. That was just now in December. And then last but not least, little Lilo is coming next month. They release on the 10th of February and then every other month, 10th of the month. And a little fun addition that we always do is we have a fabric subscription program called the Little Pattern, Little Bundle Club. Little Bundle Club. So every Little Bundle Club ships the 1st of the month, and then the pattern releases on the 10th. So we always make up the little pattern for that month in our Little Bundle Club. So a lot of you I know are subscribed to both. So it's kind of fun to see and giving you just some ideas right off the bat to do and play with those little bundles. So check it out. This is available. Any questions, let me know. Now, if you would rather pick and choose which ones you do, the individual classes will be available when each project releases. But let's take a look at the 6 projects we're doing. If you just put up the schedule, we haven't made them all. I've made a couple. So first one in April is going to be Little Algorithm. And then in June, we have Little Skylar. Then next up after that is Little Jewel, which I think would be really fun to do. And then Little Sandy is going to be October. Little Holly from the Quickies book is going to be December 26th. And then for next year, we're doing Little Locust. And that is from our Stripology Squared book. Now, I am going to just go over here to grab my 2 runners that I made for Little Algorithm, just to give you a little peek-a-boo on how fun they are and what we can do. So here's one version, and here's the second version. They're so versatile and fun. You need your 5-inch squares or little bundle, and then a little accent fabric for that one. But that's all you get to see right now. All you get to see right now. That is, yes, we always try and keep it a little bit of a mystery behind it, but if you buy the 6, you know what's coming, and then you get to see it really sewn up at least a couple different ways. So any questions, let me know. I appreciate that you love the special offer. Yes, it is really, really good. It's like under $10 for a pattern and a full video class. Plus, in the pattern, we always give you a coloring page, because everything is digital, it's all PDF. So it doesn't matter, nothing ships. So it doesn't matter where in the world you are. We love that. Okay, did the first season, love each pattern and class. And so it doesn't show up in my account. So maybe, I don't know who RJ is, but maybe make sure you know how to log into your account and go to your digital downloads. It's all there. You just find the Little Pattern Club, and they're all going to be there. The videos are going to be below. We have some video instructions on how to access your content in our FAQs on our website, so check that out. Don't give up. You don't need to use the email link every time. Okay? All right. Working on season 1. Love that. And these, you'll have these forever, so you don't need to be doing them in real time. No need. This is something you'll have forever. So we love that. Love also just giving you some ways and different techniques to use your Stripology mini rulers. And these go really fast and they're easy, even though they look hard because they're small. Really easy. All right, let's talk a little bit about our Quilt Along coming up on February 7th. We have just over a week until the first video comes in your account, which is the cutting video and prep video. We'll be there a week before the Quilt Along. And you guys have been asking me about giving you some recommendations on fabric, what to use for fabric. So what you need is either a fat quarter or half yard bundle, because we're going to be starting with 10-inch squares that you cut your bundle down to. And then you need an accent fabric that is that one that gives that pop. In the little photo, you'll see that red, the little red squares. That's your accent fabric. So I thought I would give you show you some of our newest fabrics, newest bundles in the store that are great, would work really great for Frida. So, and I'm gonna also show you what I would choose for an accent for that particular bundle. So let's start with the first one, which is, can you find it? Oh, there it is, Daybreak. Daybreak, love Daybreak. Can you put the full screen to show the fabrics first? Because I just love, love, love these fabrics. Yeah, this one didn't make it back to GE. It stayed here. For this Daybreak, I love the variety of value, so lights and darks. And then you want to pick something that's going to stand out from every fabric. And so what I chose for this one was the Stash Stripe Dot Orchid. And when I did the fabric pull for that bundle, if you go to the website, you'll see where we do all the 1 yard photo with the bundle. You always see the one that really stands out because those colors are not in the bundle. That's the perfect choice. So I always give you a focus fabric option when I do a fabric pull. So next one we have is Highlander. Highlander has some Highland cows, and I love how this fabric looks with it. It's thatched caramel. Anything kind of a deeper tan would be great. It's going to stand out from even the lighter fabrics and still make total sense with the rest of them. Then we have Happy Camper. Even if you have busy fabrics, it's still always easy to find something that's going to stand out. There's one light fabric there, but I thought if you go pure, even lighter, this is Hush Hush for Catch a Falling Star. And so it has some of the colors in there, but those little squares are still going to show up really nicely on all the other fabrics. Then we have Infatuation, lots of bright colors. And so to really stand out on this one, you gotta go almost black. So I went with Bumbleberry's black. Any kind of black is gonna really pop off of all those really bright, beautiful fabrics. So just, you're kind of getting my drift. You're kind of learning how to look at your fabrics and how to pick your accent. So Thimbleweed is a great one that I just showed recently. Really only 3 colors, the gold, the brown, and then that light blue. And so going with something like Grunge Cream, a nice cream that has some texture in it, like this one has a little bit of the brown in it, and that's gonna work really well. It's gonna stand really well out from all of those. Naturescape, I love this one because it's just blues and all the shades as far as value from lightest to the darkest. And you want a pop of a different color, but something that makes sense. So in that one, there is a little bit of that gold in there, very faint, but so having something that really stands out like Grunge Moutarde, it's not too bright, still makes sense with the other fabrics, is a perfect choice. And again, Morning Lights, I love this Staff fabric bundle, very unique, very organic. And so looking at the colors, there's just a little bit of this color in there. Finding something that has texture, has some of the darker tones and the browns in there is really gonna make sense. This is Nitty Gritty Sunny Side. Love this one with it. And just one more, I could go on forever. Do you have Reef? Oh, we don't have Reef on there. Maybe I forgot to put it in, sorry. But Reef I had picked out Reef by Kate Spain, I had picked out this retro stitch turquoise because if you go look at the bundle on the website, you see all the 1 yards. This is the one that's going to stand out because it's not really, there's not another fabric in the bundle that's this color, but this color is throughout, so it's going to really stand out on everything. So think about it that way if you're picking your fabrics for the Frida quilt. All right, any questions? I could go on and on. I could probably pull every single bundle on our website and give you some options. So I hope this helped at least kind of get an idea how to pick that accent fabric. And
Here's Reef.
there's Reef. Okay, let's show them how that retro stitch looks with it. So you can see that this color, it's kind of like it's called turquoise, but there's a lot of sea glass green in it. So it's really gonna look great. It's gonna make sense with them all. So love that. Thank you, sir. So let me know if you have any questions, and if you want opinions, please post in Gudrun's Quilt Crew on Facebook. Everybody loves to pick fabric, so if you post some of your options that you have, or you're trying to pick your fabric for the quilt along, post it there. People love to give opinions, and if I'm scrolling, I'm going to give mine too. That happens quite a bit. All right, next up, I got some great new fabrics to show you. You may have remembered the beautiful Phoenix quilt that is hanging behind Mr. HP. These are kind of the similar colors that we got today. This beautiful yellow and grays and kind of a taupey browns grays. Starting here, this is called Leopard Garden, and this is by Camelot Fabrics. Elizabeth Silver is the designer, and I just loved these flowers, this silver gray background, and this beautiful buttery yellow color is so pretty. Yellow and gray is so great together. But we have some of those lighter creams as well. Here's another print that has a bit of gray around the flowers, but still a little bit of yellow in the middle. We have another off-white, just that same flower. Really, really pretty, but this is a really nice off-white color. And then we bring in some yellow. This beautiful, bright, buttery yellow with white on it really softens it and makes it so pretty. And then you wonder why it's leopard garden. There has to be a leopard print. Oh yes. This really fun leopard print in the grays and with a yellow in it is really fun to see. We added a little more to this bundle to make it really uniform. I added this crackle in the gray because this hue of gray is perfect with it. And then we go into the darker colors. Here is same print as we have here, but in the darker gray with just the yellow outlines. I just love how the yellow connects through all of them. We have the tone-on-tone print here, the flowers in a yellow. So it's really fine white lines on the yellow if you don't see them. Very pretty. We have a tone-on-tone leopard, a little darker with that taupey brown in it. And then last but not least, we have the leaf print in the darker taupey gray color. So 10 pieces, right? 2, 6, 8, 10 pieces, but a really beautiful line. So I'm gonna start my pull with matching some of these tones. Even though this is an off-white, it has a silvery undertone. So dry brush silver is really nice with it. And because of the flowers, I also chose floral elements in the chalk. You can see there's a gray outline of all the flowers and floral elements. So I think that one works really well with these tones as well. And then I had to choose this one, Heima in the knit silica. This is also a kind of a taupey light gray. And I think how perfect is it with this one? Some of those lighter hues of gray. into the darker grays, glaze new print. It is a very unique gray, and this one works really well because it has that warm undertone, a little bit of brown in it. And then retro stitch in the carbon has even a little bit darker, very perfect in the darker tones. And for the darkest, I went with a deco stitch shadow. So you'll see, I like it because it has the light gray in there too. So it really connects well with those darker tones. Now we have to add some yellow because there's only really 2. So I did a variety of yellows. Canvas Sunshine is going to be kind of that medium, beautiful yellow. And I went with a little bit brighter in the retro stitch Sunshine. Very pretty. And then I loved this Stash Triangle Sun because it has white in it. So it makes sense with this white one. So it gives a little bit of a different tone of the yellow. So now as far as finding an accent for this one, I'm going to give you a couple of options. So you could go just dark. Finding kind of a hue that is darkest in here, I went with this one, which is kind of a dark gray with a warm tone to it. So Stash Stitch is black. It's not really black. It's more, has a more brown undertone to it. So I think that would be a great option. As you can see, it's going to stand out from everything. However, what goes really well with yellow? Blue. So if you still want a dark, but a little bit of a blue undertone, dry brush blue black is a great color and would look really great. You see how it's not quite as harsh as this one, but it still stands out from it all. And if you wanted even more blue action, you could go Heima in the Pebbles Night Sky. That's going to give you a little more blue, still dark. And so you can see how that plays well with everything too. Just gives you a different look. So this is Leopard Garden by Elizabeth Silver for Camelot Fabrics. And if you were wondering about an option for wide back, we have this beautiful gray canvas and flannel. It's called Canvas Flannel Silver in a wide back, so 108 wide. How cozy would that be for a flannel backing for this one? All right, so that is our show today. Of course, we have our favorite, our final question, our giveaway question. And this is a good one. We had to think about this one. I thought about this one. Here's our question. If you could have a lifetime supply of something, what would it be? Of course, if we start thinking, if we start thinking sewing, I mean, fabric would be one, thread would be another. I don't know. I just thought, ooh, what if like something never runs out? Like my bobbin never runs out. It's just endless. That would be beautiful, right? And then I'm like, okay, more practical maybe. What would be more practical?
Lifetime.
What's like really expensive?
Lifetime of cartilage in my knees.
Oh yeah, well, yeah. Lifetime of good health.
Never wears out. I mean, money, that's...
Yeah, you went straight there.
That's
money.
That's too easy.
It's too easy. But I thought, okay, I mean, if you have a gas car, having a lifetime supply of gas, maybe.
You don't have a gas car.
I don't. I have an electric car. So I also thought, like, what do you hate paying for? Like insurance.
Everything.
If you could just have insurance without paying for it. I don't know. We'd love to hear it. Let us know. Oh, you would love to have a lifetime supply of. And all you got to do is answer in the comments and you're added to our giveaway automatically.
Cheese.
A lot of, a chef. Oh, maybe wine would be good. But it has to be the good stuff.
Money.
I don't know. Good health. Everybody, a lot of them are saying good health,
chocolate,
energy, peace.
Yes.
Hey, yes.
Come on now. Come on with the peace.
Yes. Peace and harmony. Come on.
Yeah.
But that's great. So I can't wait to read through your answers.
Good ones.
Lifetime supply of food, so never have to grocery shop again. Security, that's a good one. Anyways, So I'm going to be having fun reading some of your questions.
Great ones.
I think it's a lot of peace right now in the world
seriously.
we're living in. So
Peace on earth.
absolutely, absolutely. Our next shows. We will have a show this coming Friday, January 23rd at 12 Central Time. Happy Friday. We will be there. We'll be in 2 different states, but there will be a show.
There'll be a show.
There will be a show. And then Tipsy Tuesday following a week from today, January 27th, 4 p.m. Central Time. So that is our show. We have some January birthdays coming up. 2 of my boys have birthdays end of the month. Geesley's is coming up on this weekend. And then you are going to be playing at the Timberwolves game on his birthday.
Playing at the Timberwolves game, halftime.
2 of his favorite things. So that would be perfect. And then Utley's is a week after him. And then Michael's birthday comes right after that. And so we get a lot of Aquariuses
around us. A lot of birthday cake to eat.
Yes. A lot of Aquariuses. We love it. We love Aquariuses.
Aquarius.
Yes. But thank you all for watching us today and hanging with us on this Tuesday. We appreciate you all, and we'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.
Step into the groove, it's the place to stay. GE Designs got the Stripology way. Quilting with the beat, you feel that heat. We're the rulers of the strips, every inch so